Everybody enjoys their daily habits and rituals, but have you ever stopped to consider how much they're really costing you? Hey there, I'm Jacob, and today that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. The other day I was watching one of DearAlyne's videos. It's a really great video, about 4 minutes long, linked down below. Highly recommend you watch it. It's called the 365 method. She talks about how multiplying your daily costs by 365 can show you how much money you are really spending at the end of the year and where you could save some money. What I would like to do is take a deeper dive into that method and show you where you could be saving upwards of $100 a week. In a later video, we will talk about what you can do with that $100 and how you can use it to create passive income streams. At the end of this video, we will talk about the cost to savings ratio so you can see how much money you are actually saving utilizing these strategies and tips. Now, without further ado, let's get right into it. Coffee. Now, the average American enjoys a cup of coffee once a day. If they're enjoying that cup of coffee by buying it from an establishment, they're going to be spending between $5 and $7 depending on where they're buying it and how much of a tip they're leaving. So if you're spending $5 on a cup of coffee, and I'm going to be saying about 6 days a week because I'm active 6 days a week. So that's going to be $30 a week just to be buying coffee. That is ridiculous. We'll keep progressing through your day and we'll move on to lunch. Now this is going to be example 2. At lunch, what are you doing? What's your habit? Are you going out to eat with your friends or are you packing a lunch? Because if you're going out to eat, it doesn't matter if you're eating at fast food or going to a restaurant, you're going to be spending between $12 and $20 on average on that meal. So let's stick with the low end. We'll always be using the low end numbers in these examples. That's going to be $12 a day, right? 6 days a week, that's $72 a week. Now, if we add in coffee, that's $102 that you've already saved just by cutting out these two things, right? So keep progressing through the day. Example 3, we are going to be talking about what you do after work. Are you going home or are you stopping and eating out again? Are you picking something up? So again, this is going to be the average cost of $12 to $20 depending on the establishment where you're going, yada, yada, yada. So same numbers all over again, going to be 72. So $72 a week, adding on top, right? That's going to be $174 a week just to be eating out. Like, wow, so much money, right? Example number 4 that we're going to be talking about is going to be what are you doing at the end of the week, right? How are you having fun? How are you enjoying your weekend? Are you going to the club? Are you going to the bar? You know, what are you doing? So let's talk about the costs. So going to the club, right? $10 parking. I'm using my local rates. $10 parking, $20 to walk in the door, $30 just to go inside of this club. Inside the club, $10 drinks with taxes. Figure about 3 to 4 drinks, right? That's going to be $30, 30 plus the 30 to go inside, $60 just to go to this club. That's not even if you're paying for your partner or your friend. That'd be another 30 bucks. That's $90 to go to this club. Again, we'll be using the lower hand estimates. Always stay conservative. So $30, $60 in total. I'll add that on to the grand total. So if you're eating out once a day, that is going to be $162 you have spent this week. If you're eating out twice a day, that is going to be a $234 that you have spent this week on going out. So let's say you go to the bar instead, right? You're not a club kind of person. You like to go to the bar with your friends. You're still going to be spending $30 if you're only drinking 3 drinks. So $30, add that on top. You're only eating out once, right? You're only eating out once a day. So that's going to be $132. Wow. Let's say you're eating out twice a day. That's still $204 that you have spent this week on going out. So let's go ahead and move on to example 5. Example 5, we're going to be talking about unnecessary shopping. Now, the average American will unnecessarily shop at least once in a week, right? Now, if you're going to the mall and you're shopping at the mall, that can cost a lot of money. What are you looking at the mall? You're looking at clothes. So that pair of shoes, that's going to be $60 on average, right? That pair of pants, $40. That t-shirt, $30. But we're not going to be using those for our number. We're going to use a very low $20 because the average unnecessary shopping spree happens on Amazon and it's only 20 bucks because people are thinking it's only 20 bucks. But that $20 a week, add it on top. We add it to if you're only eating out once and if you're going to the club, that is going to be $182 that you have spent this week. If you are eating out twice and going to the club, that is going to be double checking my math. That's going to be $254 that you have spent this week. I'm sorry for that brain fart. And then if you are going to the bar instead of going to the club, then you are going to have spent $152 this week, or $224 if you've eaten out twice instead of just once. Those are some pretty large numbers, right? So now let's go ahead and look at the actual cost to savings ratios. Alright, so now we can get into the actual cost to savings ratios. So in example 1, we talk about coffee. And if you make a cup of coffee at home, it's going to cost you about 12 cents a day versus $5 a day. It's a pretty big difference. It's 72 cents a week versus $30 a week. In example 2, we talk about eating out at lunch. Eating out at lunch costs $12 a day versus making your food at home, which costs only $5 a day. Or, if you want to look at it the weekly perspective, $72 a week versus $30 a week. It's a pretty big difference, right? So let's go ahead and move on to example 3, where we used eating out after work. Now, if we ate out after work, that's again $12 a day versus $5 a day, or $72 a week versus $30 a week, right? And in example 4, we talk about going out, what you do to go out and have fun, clubbing, the bar. Those are the 2 examples that we used. So that versus the $60 going out to the club or the $30 going out to the bar versus entertaining your friends at home, buying alcohol, buying some food for them, stuff like that, renting a movie, something silly, a board game. It's about 40 bucks, right? You can spend about $40 to get yourself like a nice 12-pack, 16-pack, something like that. Maybe a couple of different ones, some nice food. And you can spend about $40 and put together a real nice little party for you and 4 or 5 friends versus going out and spending that same amount of money on just yourself, right? Now, in example 5, we talked about unnecessary shopping, but that's just unnecessary shopping. There is no real cost to savings ratio. It's just pure savings. Just don't do it. Don't buy the things you don't need. It's as simple as before you make a purchase, stop and think to yourself, do I need this right now? And is there a better place I could put my money that might benefit me more in the long run? It's as simple as that. So if we look at the actual weekly totals, the weekly total for doing things from home is about $80.72, and the weekly total for doing everything out and about in the habits that most of us already have is 200. Oh my god, I'm terrible at this. Okay, is $224 or $254. It's such a huge difference of $80 compared to over $200. Just wow. So much money that could be saved. To the end of the video, I really hope that you give me a thumbs up and that you found this information to be educational and beneficial to you. I hope it can do great things for you in the long run. I have already started to see some pretty dramatic changes in the last 3 months since I've implemented these own strategies into my own life. It's helped me to put together quite a bit of money to save up and start some side hustles with. That's why I'm able to be doing this, actually. So anyway, thank you a lot. I hope that you subscribe. Go give DearAlyne a follow as well. She has some really great videos. I hope you go and watch them. And keep an eye out for the following video to this series. because we'll be talking about 5 different ways for you to spend the money that you have now saved to create passive income streams so that you can set yourself up for success. Again, thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.